All right, there we go. We are now live. I love seeing that. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. This is the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. I'm going to just check a couple of things here. Last few coffee chats on LinkedIn crashed and burned, and that really just bummed me out. So I'm hoping that we're good to go on LinkedIn because it just keeps crashing. It's so frustrating. But supposedly, everything is fixed, right? So they tell me. So fingers crossed that we're all good on LinkedIn. I hope so. I hope so. All right. Anyway, this is the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Robert A. Lane with Robert Lane Coaching. I am an audiobook coach and producer specializing in helping nonfiction authors narrate your own audiobook. If you're a nonfiction author and you've published your book and it's not in audiobook form, you need to get your book published as an audiobook and you have to be the one to narrate it, okay? It has to be in your own voice because nobody can tell your story. Nobody can speak your story better than you. Now on this coffee chat, it's an informal coffee chat. I love doing this every Thursday, and it gives you an opportunity to join in and share your thoughts as well. This is an audiobook coffee chat, basically open forum, but I do present topics and you're more than welcome to participate. Also want to say hello officially to not only our LinkedIn friends, but on YouTube and of course on Instagram as well. Thank you for joining. So the topic today is about author passion. But before I dive into that, a couple of things I wanted to share with you. First of all, I do a podcast every Thursday night, by the way. Thursday is like going live day, it seems. Coffee chat in the morning and early afternoon, and of course, podcast at night. So the podcast is called Your Book, Your Voice, just like coffee chat is Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. This is the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. And tonight's episode, and we do it live. This is why I want to talk about it and have you join me because you can participate live as well. And on the coffee chat, the topic is you are the boss of your author brand. And we're going to talk about and really do a deep dive of things that you can do to be your own boss because you are. You're an entrepreneur as an author, as a published author. You are an entrepreneur and things that can really enhance you as the boss of your brand. And we're going to really dive in deep into that tonight on the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. So join me. We do it live, which is why I want you to join in every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Go to the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel and click on where it says live. You just click on live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern time, and you can join the podcast live. So definitely check it out there. All right. For those of you on Instagram, you can just go to my profile page and click on the link, and you'll see it says, Your Book, Your Voice podcast live. Click on that, and you're good to go. All right. All right. The other thing that I did want to share with you, and also this is for those of you on LinkedIn and YouTube. It is in the description. So if you would like to grab your free audiobook narration reference guide, which is a really cool guide that gives you some tools and tips and techniques on how to do a great audiobook narration, grab your free copy there. There's a graphic on the screen. Again, the link is in the description, both on LinkedIn and YouTube. And again, for those of you on Instagram, just go to the link on my profile page and click on free narration and reference guide, and you can pick up your guide there. All right. All right. So I do want to talk about author passion. Author passion. Are you passionate? Now, here's the question I want to pose to you, and feel free to comment. I'm going to put by the way, I will put I'm going to put the link to book a call in the YouTube comments. We're going to get to that in a second. But what I want to ask you is this. All right. Are you as passionate with your author brand, with you as an author, and about your book that you published, your nonfiction book that's out there in the world, or maybe you're still writing it? Well, that's good too, because you got to get it published, right? And you are going to get it published, so that's great. But are you as passionate when you wrote and published your book and when it was launched Are you still as passionate than the day that it was launched to the world? Are you still as passionate as an author? Whether you just released your book, maybe you published it a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, are you still as passionate about being an author? Let me know, yes or no. All right. The other question hey, Carter, how you doing? Thanks for commenting there on LinkedIn. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is, or ask you this question, is when it comes down to what you're passionate about, do you still tap into your core reason? What is your core reason? Why? Why do you do what you do? Why did you write the book that you wrote in the first place? Why did you need to have that published? Okay. Having that passion, right? Having that passion is what you need when it comes to narrating your audiobook. All right. You got to bring that energy, bring that emotion, bring that passion, bring that core reason why into your audiobook narration. Now, I say this, and I'm a firm believer of this, and this is why I'm an audiobook coach and producer, and that is all nonfiction authors need to narrate their own audiobook because it's your story. Nobody can speak your story better than you. Now, there are great narrators out there. That's true. But remember, it's still their interpretation. And as a nonfiction writer, okay, and as a person who has experienced what you've written, nobody can tell that story better than you because it's your story. It's your experience. All right. It's all about who you are. And your author brand, of course, encompasses everything that makes you you. So when you are bringing that to the table in your audiobook narration, that's what you're tapping into. Okay. That's what you're tapping into. And another narrator, no matter how great they are still going to be doing it with their interpretation. So they may express certain things about your book, and maybe a concept or a paragraph or a phrase even that maybe is delivered in a way that you wouldn't say it. No, I wouldn't say it quite that way. This is why you as a nonfiction author need to narrate your own audiobook. All right. This is why I have the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program to help you through the process of narrating, recording, and publishing your audiobook. By the way, this is Coffee Chat, okay? This is Coffee Chat, and I always have a brew with me, and I always try to dig up some interesting cups that I have in my collection. So this one I found, this is actually quite an old cup, right? This is WrestleMania. Let's see if I can read the back of this. It's March 28th or 9th? 29th. 1998. That's how old this cup is. 1998. See if I turn the back part of the cup here for you to check out there. I know on Instagram it's backwards. Thank you, Zuckerberg, for never fixing that. But on LinkedIn and YouTube it's good. Yeah, this is a cup that I had collected from going to one of those big cable conventions. Oh, and what's really funny about this, by the way, I know I'm diverting from our topic, but what's so interesting about this is that this is WWF. This is before they changed it to WWE, because WWF, World Wrestling Federation, they had to change it because the WWF, the World Wildlife Federation, was like, hey man, we copyrighted our name before yours. We've been around, whatever. They made a big stink about it. So then WWF changed it to WWE. World Wrestling, was it Entertainment or something like that? Anyway, so that's my little trivia. This is my coffee cup. By the way, BYOC, bring your own creamer. Sorry, I can't provide that for you virtually, but hopefully you have yours. So this is my brew. And so cheers to you, by the way. Cheers to you for being awesome human beings. Yeah, right, Carter? WWF. Unbelievable, right? Totally. But yeah, so there you go. Anyway, getting back to our topic, you got to be passionate, right? You have to be passionate about who you are as an author. And again, everything that encompasses who you are, that is what is a representation of your author brand. You know, your upbringing, your uh, uh, humor, right? Your sense of humor, your personality, the way you speak, the way you express yourself, because that's already in your written word. When you wrote your book, your unique voice is in your written word. So as a nonfiction author narrating your audiobook, it only makes sense that you narrate it because that again is your unique stamp. And having you narrate your own audiobook brings your unique authenticity, okay? And that unique authenticity is what again creates your uniqueness, which is what makes you stand out in a crowd because we're all individuals. We all have our way of expressing and speaking and communicating and sharing who we are and what we do. And that's why when you publish your book, there are certain people who resonate with what you do and your style of writing. People who like, Stephen King. And there's people who love Stephen King. And then there's people who don't like Stephen King, but it's all preference. But again, that's why Stephen King stands out because he's writing in his authentic style. You as a nonfiction author, of course, his stuff is fiction, but with you as a nonfiction author, it's way more important for you to preserve the integrity of your author brand. And the other thing that I want to also really hit home for you when it comes to your audiobook is that don't cut corners. Make sure that you do it and you do it right and you do it to the best that you can possibly do it, the best of your ability. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, right? Why would you not do the same thing for your audiobook? You got to just do the best because this is your product, right? All of those are your products as your author brand, your brand. Remember, as an author, as a published author, you're a professional. So embrace that. Embrace your entrepreneurship. You are the CEO of you. The buck stops here, all right? The buck stops with you. And that means that the decisions that you make should be moving your author brand forward because you're the decision maker, okay? And again, that's something I'm going to talk about on tonight's podcast about, being the boss, being the head honcho, because you are. So embrace that. And so you want to make sure that the products that you create are a good representation of who you are and again, that's what makes you so unique. So you want to make sure that that representation is the best that it can possibly be. Now, if you're considering turning your book into an audiobook, I'd love to speak with you. I'm going to put up the graphic for the free audiobook narration reference guide for those of you on LinkedIn and YouTube. Again, grab your free guide. You can also go to robertlanecoaching.com, by the way. I have that all up there on the homepage where you can click it and grab your free narration reference guide. The other thing is, if you are interested in turning your book into an audiobook, I have an audiobook coaching program that is called Your Book, Your Voice. The first step is just scheduling a call because I talk to every author before I sign anybody into the audiobook coaching program because, again, it's all about relationship, business relationships, and I believe about again, talking with you and seeing if you resonate with me and I resonate with you. And I give you more details about the audiobook coaching program, which you will record, narrate, and be published by the end of the 6-week program on Audible, Amazon, and Apple, and on any other distribution platforms that you want to be on. So go ahead and book a call. I put the graphic up there as well. Again, robertlanecoaching.com has everything up there. You can book your call there as well. And for those of you on Instagram, I know, go to the link on my profile page. Everything is there for you. All right, booking your call, getting the free narration reference guide. And also on the homepage, by the way, authors who've gone through the audiobook coaching program, there's little snippets of their narration up there. So check it out. They're not professional speakers, but I think they did a fabulous job. Anyway, so to sum up our topic about author passion, no matter what you do, be passionate, right? Be passionate about everything that you do. Be passionate about your book. Whether you released it recently or you released it 10 years ago, that same amount of passion needs to be there. So always tap into that. Always tap into your core reason why. And bring that passion to the table when you record and narrate your audiobook. I'd love to work with you. And again, I've been coaching authors on how to do a great narration. I come from an entertainment industry background. I spent 30 plus years in the business before I started Robert Lane Coaching. I've been doing audio editing for 22 plus years as an audio post-production editor for film and TV, composing music for film. So when you enroll in the audiobook coaching program that I teach, not only are you getting a coach, but you are getting an editor as well. It's all encompassed. And plus I send you the professional equipment you need, microphone, headphones, all the stuff you need to set up your recording space. And you know what? It's yours to keep. That's part of the program. You don't have to send it back to me. It's yours. And I'm not talking, cheapy, crappy equipment. We're talking good stuff because, again, I believe you don't cut corners. You never cut corners when it comes to your author brand or your product. So, but again, book a call. I'd love to hear from you. Again, you can go to robertlanecoaching.com for more information. And again, it talks more about the program as well. But bottom line, be passionate about what you do in everything that you do and in everything in life, because again, that's what makes you you. All right. So one more toast to you for being awesome human beings from this very ancient 1998 WrestleMania Cup. Cheers to you. And as we wrap up Coffee Chat for today, again, a reminder real quickly that we do have the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, which is live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You are the boss of your author brands. We're going to really dive into things that you can do to make sure that you are the CEO of you. So join me tonight on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. That's where we do it live. Again, on Instagram, for my friends who are watching this live stream, just go to my profile page and you can click and listen to the show live. We do it live. This isn't pre-recorded podcast. This is the live show. So join me for that. All right. All right, my friends. My last assignment to you is this. When you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger. Say hello to them. Maybe even give them a compliment. Because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. They may be having a bad day, just by even just a smile and a little, hey man, how you doing? Can really make somebody's day. So go out there, my friends, be good humans. All right. I'm going to say goodbye to our friends here on LinkedIn. See, the broadcast worked. Thank you for that. We're having issues the last 3 weeks of doing this. And of course, to our friends on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in.